best and worst states to live in for the Second Amendment. This comes to you and I from gunsandammo.com, and I'd like to review just real quick how they're ranking. They're just not throwing these states out there willy-nilly. It's based on a set of criteria that is graded by each state, how they stack up to this criteria. So let me run through that really quick here first. First grading criteria from this Guns and Ammo article is the right to carry. So obviously in this instance, if the state does have right to carry laws in place, they would rank higher than the ones that restrict the right to carry. Second grading criterion is how they classify black rifles or the scary rifles. Higher marks as far as better gun to Second Amendment states are going to not have the quote-unquote assault weapons or assault rifle bans littering their law books, where the ones that don't have any kind of that verbiage would have a higher grade. Next criterion is National Firearms Act, NFA. Mm-hmm. Some states are ignorant or deflective of the laws or the suggestions pushed down by the NFA, where other
a lot more restrictive.
That's right. Yep. Where other states take everything they say and implement it into their policies. Castle Doctrine is the fourth criterion. Does the state have a Castle Doctrine protector, law protectant for people to protect themselves during attacks? And then the fifth and final criterion is considered miscellaneous. Basically, this is the one where the writers of this article kind of took some anecdotal and evidence and historical pieces from these states and kind of came up with their own score based on that. Red flag laws would penalize a state. Firearm preemptive laws, which restrict local governments from imposing their own gun laws, would be detrimental to their score also, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, Craig, just off the top of your head, who do you think is we'll start with the worst, and then we'll give you some of the top ones. Give me who you think might be in the bottom five.
Well, in the bottom five, you have to have California's in there, New York, New Jersey.
Any last ditch?
Chicago.
Illinois?
Yeah, Illinois. Yeah, no, the state of Chicago.
All right, so here you go. New York is the worst.
Okay, I can buy that.
And they rank as 51 out of 50 states, with Washington, D.C. having its own, even though it's not a state, of course. Hawaii, number 2, or the second worst.
Really?
Yes. How do you like that?
Wow. I guess that's the price you pay for living in a beautiful place.
That's
like
right.
That. But honestly, that wouldn't be worth it to me.
New Jersey, you said that, so kudos. California, kudos. California's 48 out of 51 territories. And the last one I'll do for the worst of the worst is Massachusetts, coming in at 47.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to do one more. Washington, D.C. Okay. Washington, D.C. is that fifth worst state.
Where's Washington State come in on there?
Washington State, let me go down here. They are 41 out of 51 states.
Okay, so not quite as bad, but they're on their way to trying to get down to the bottom.
They're working hard they want that higher number for sure. So let's switch gears. Let's talk about the 5 best, and let's see if our state, the great state of Ohio, fits into that. What do you think?
I think it would. I think Texas would be in there. West Virginia, probably Indiana. How bad did I do?
You didn't hit any of them.
I did. Is Ohio in there?
No.
Wow.
Would it surprise you to know that Ohio is 22nd?
Really?
Out of 51 territories. Yep, 22nd.
Okay.
So let me give you who the big number 1 is. For our friends out in Wyoming, congratulations. You are number 1 as far as the friendliest Second Amendment state in the great United States of America. Good on you. Number 2, right next to Wyoming, Idaho.
And I should have probably known that one.
Everything up it, you're going to be, there's going to be a theme here. That
Yep.
little block up there of the North Midwest.
So that both Dakotas are then.
Montana, number 3. Utah, number 4. That one kind of
Okay.
surprised me.
Yeah, a little bit.
I know it was going to be near the top, but I didn't think it would be that much. Arizona really surprised me.
That one surprises me too. I just assumed that they were a little bit farther on the.
Yeah, I would have
the
guessed them
left
around
side.
the 20s and us being closer to the
Yeah,
top in
yeah.
Ohio. But then your North and South Dakota take the 6th and 7th station. But that's kind of fun. Texas is number 8. I would have guessed, as you did, that Texas would have
Wow.
ranked right up there. I think Austin is screwing it up for Texas. That Austin metroplex
Yeah.
of a bunch of California transplants that are ruining that beautiful city, it's your fault. It's your fault Texas isn't in the top 5.
That's still that list. When you start listing them and then you start thinking about it, okay, some of it makes more sense. I still would have thought Ohio would have been better.
Yeah, I was hoping Ohio would be better, and we don't have it horrible here, but we do have 3 major city hubs that skew our state politics. They are
That's
as
true,
blue
that's
as
true.
blue can be.
That's true.
So if it was left up to rural Ohio, which geographically, off the top of my head, is going to take up 80 to 85% of the geographic locations of Ohio. If it was up to us, we'd be number 1. I guarantee you. There are gun-loving folks in Ohio, and the fact that we have 3 million plus metroplexes with a bunch of libs mucking things up for us.
Yeah,
That's why we're 22.
Yeah, and also, honestly, also, I thought Ohio would have been higher 10 years ago. If you would have told me 21, I would have believed it a lot more. But there's been a lot of positive legislation for as far as firearms.
That's fair.
We used to have high capacity magazine limits. We used to, the stand your ground, wasn't there. We have constitutional carry now.
That's true.
So I mean, things are getting better. So I still, I want to re-vote. I think Ohio's still better than 21.
Well, maybe they're this article is written in 22, so maybe this is based on stuff that happened going from 21 to 22.
Well, actually, with all the criteria you listed, you're probably right. Those cities are kind of mucking it up for us.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure.
And then when I stop and think about the absolute freedom you have in some of those other states, I can see where that would really skew it. So
right.
I think your list is probably accurate.
Not too shabby. Just as a little side note, our number 1 state of Wyoming scored a perfect score across all those 5 grading criterion, along with Idaho, Montana, Utah, and Arizona. So I'm not sure how they came up with, they got 50 out of 50 points possible. So I'm not sure how they segregated. Why did Wyoming get 1 versus Arizona, for instance? And it does not say in here. But
Well, Wyoming, a beautiful state. I've spent quite a bit of time in Wyoming. I lived in Idaho for 5.5 years. Yeah, maybe we need to move.
yeah, we need to at least have a bug out location. Right?
I hope you've enjoyed this clip from the Craig's Gun Channel Random Shots program. The program airs Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. On Random Shots, we discuss content from ranging anything from preparedness, survival, politics, firearms, basically anything that's 2A related, with sometimes some rabbit trails on things that aren't related at all. If you enjoy this type of programming, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified when we release new content. And if you like it, hit the like button and share us if you would as well. It helps the algorithm and helps the channel grow and helps get our message out. So I guess until next time, stay safe.